All right, everyone, now we have to talk about Rumble Incorporated suing the New York Attorney General's office, and tangentially related to that, Ibrahim Khan, who is the main person underneath the New York AG's office, the chief executive there, he's been Metoo'd. There are multiple, I'll just use the liberal line, multiple credible accusations of sexual assault and harassment from Ibrahim Khan there. So he's decided to step down. So the New York AG's office is crippled right now by the resignation of one of their head members pertinent to a major scandal, and then they get sued by Rumble Incorporated. And of course, Rumble has an evaluation of above $500 million, so they've got the money to be able to go head-to-head with the New York Attorney General's office. Remember, the law is like a spider's web. The flies are caught and the wasps go free. We'll see which kind of insect life Rumble Incorporated is. I don't know. They should transform themselves into a fucking tarantula and just eat the web. Anyway, I support Rumble, obviously. I'm a main creator on there. I've got 124,000 subscribers. I make a decent amount of money on there. Their live streaming has really goddamn picked up, although their app still needs a lot of work. This is pointed out every time that I stream on Rumble. Please do get to that. You fixed chat, now fix the app, because, you know, half of my viewership can't, I guess, watch my videos there, or some bullshit like that. I don't know. I never use apps. I never use my phone unless I absolutely have to, and then only for phone calls. Call me a Luddite. I don't give a fucking cunt. Anyway, links in the description. The first is to the Rumble story. That's from their own corporate page. They're, you know, telling people what's happening. Second one is a link to the resignation story. That's archived because it comes from the evil legacy media that's trying to suppress the Twittergate files right now. Again, I support them. The Khan story is only sidelined as far as I'm concerned. It's just interesting, the timing of his resignation, his particular departure. Yeah, we got sued by Rumble. That might be a good time to leave. Here's what it's over. The New York Attorney General's office is overseeing the dispensation of a law in New York that attempts to fine social media companies if they don't do more to moderate disinformation and hateful content. Now, the government encouraging private businesses and punishing them if they don't, by the way, to take down lawful political speech is a big no-no. It goes a step beyond what we've traditionally seen. In the background, they've always been petitioning these sites, again, illegally in my opinion. The main problem hitherto has been that these sites will ban U.S. users from using their services while taxpayer-funded services and individuals are using them. So the sheriff's department in your town has a Twitter page. We'll use Twitter as an example. They have a Twitter page, a Twitter feed. You can contact them potentially in some cases through there. USGS has quake alerts. The NOAA has weather alerts in general, etc., etc. Your local politician, your taxpayer money funds their salary, although most of their money probably comes from China or from other sleazy business deals. My book deal from the Cayman Islands and Cyprus, of course. Those people are platformed there. Your money literally goes into some elements of that platform because of the structure of what is a platform itself. Under 230, you're not supposed to be worrying about moderating this kind of content anyway. It's not illegal. It doesn't break any law, and it is protected speech. It's not spam or botting, which is non-speech. It's not incitement. It's not fomenting terrorism or illicit porn or something. It is legal speech. The concept was that the sites couldn't moderate everything, and so they should focus on the illegal content, and they would gain wide sweeping protections from being sued as the host of that content because of their inability to live moderate everything on the site. That was the point. That's been a problem for me for years. The fact that a U.S. citizen can be effectively banned under the auspices of the government complaining too, this is the second layer we'll discuss in a moment, but be banned at all for pedestrian and legal opinions from interacting with a politician that they help support with their tax money, their sheriff's office, you know, the fucking RNC, the DNC, whatever they happen to be engaging with that is in part or in whole part of the political structure at all, is, in my mind, already unconstitutional. This takes it to another level. This is the government explicitly leaning on the supposedly private business to do the same thing. Explicitly. And it goes even further. We've been seeing that. You look at the Twitter papers. We're seeing that the Biden admin and other political groups encouraged the lamestream tech world to censor people, to censor information. That's bad enough. I mean, that goes a step beyond what I already identify as illegal to begin with. Now you've got a state that's threatening to literally fine these networks if they don't do what they say. How is it any different between that, the government saying, well, you know, you have to pay $1,000 per day per instance of stuff that we tell you to remove and you're not removing it? How is that any different from the government making it illegal for that site to function and still host the material? Either they go out of business or they go out of business. The result is, in the end, is the same. How is it any different? I can't see this, by the way, holding up in a court of law. The First Amendment prohibits the government from interfering with lawful speech in that manner. For a government then to lean on one of the supposedly common carriers or near common carriers of the modern public square, the modern speaking square, should be deemed obviously illegal, even more obviously than all of the censorship we already have. It takes it several steps beyond what we've even seen over the last few years. It's bad enough that the government was doing it subvertively behind our backs. That was bad enough. Now they're saying we're going to fine you if you don't do what we want you to do. Well, breaches the First Amendment, I would point out. It's actually pertinent to a SCOTUS case. Well, Bruin would come to mind in part as well. It has been ruled that the states, and I think this was McDonald v. Chicago, or maybe it was D.C. Heller, I think it was McDonald versus Chicago, that the states also can't violate the rights of people that are listed under the U.S. Constitution. They're enumerated there. They're not granted, they're enumerated, by the way. Use that terminology. Use it against the liberals. They also have to conform. That was in the context of the Second Amendment. No, the state can't violate the Second Amendment either. It doesn't just apply to federal law, it also applies to state laws. There's more latitude because of the 10th Amendment, but generally it applies. Why then would that litmus test not be used for the First Amendment? Why would a state be able to fine a company for not taking down lawful political speech that they simply happen to dislike or disagree with? It's a close and shut case. That's what it should be. We'll see what happens actually in a court, though. The court system right now, very hit or miss on whether they give a damn about the Constitution. Well, I would advise Rumble, please do look through McDonald v. Chicago, D.C. Heller, and make that argument. If the states can be also subjugated to the federal Constitution, that would apply broadly to the First Amendment, arguably to the Fourth in this case as well. That's about all. Peace out.